Hello, I'm Dolly. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Tea Time with Dolly. I'm so glad you came to visit with me today. I've got my cup of peach tea. I hope you'll get you something to drink, your favorite beverage, whatever that might be, and we'll have a visit, okay? Okay, are you ready? Okay, last week I talked about organizing. The 2 weeks before that I talked about decluttering. And decluttering and organizing, I believe, go hand in hand. It's very hard to organize when you have lots of clutter. And it's, you know, it just goes hand in hand, that you just need to do both. Kind of organize as you declutter and declutter as you organize. But hopefully you've started already your decluttering. So if you have already, then you can start organizing the things that you've decided you're keeping. And if you haven't started decluttering yet, you can just organize as you declutter. I think they go hand in hand, like I said, and do the same thing with organizing as you did with decluttering, as far as having 3 boxes or bags, or at least 3. Number 1 for put away, number 2 for giveaway, number 3 for trash, and 4 if you recycle. So just make sure that when you stop organizing for the day, that you've got time to take each one of these where they go. Go around the house and put away the put-aways. And the giveaways, either set them by your door or put them in your car so that you can drop them off at your thrift store. And trash, go ahead and take it out to your trash bin or your recycling, wherever you put it. You don't have to work a long time. The job may seem like, oh, it's a big job, but you can just work a little bit at a time, 15 minutes at a time. If you have more time and you have some energy left, go ahead. Just make sure you have time to do what you need to with the boxes and bags when you're done, so that you don't have a worse mess than when you started. Because, you know, that's the whole idea of decluttering and organizing, is to make our homes look better. And if we've got everything dumped out and then we just run out of time, or we're just tired, you know, you don't want to have this great big mess piled there for the next day, or if you can't get to it the next day, then another day, and then you've got a worse mess than what you started with. So we don't want that. Okay, now I just want to talk about organizing. As you organize your drawers, what I think is a really good idea is to have drawer dividers. Maybe not in each drawer, depends what's in it. But if you have a drawer with a lot of small objects, or maybe several different kinds of clothes, maybe socks and underwear and things, it's nice to have dividers in your drawers. They don't have to be expensive. Just, you can go to Dollar Tree and get small plastic baskets, little square ones. Square is what I prefer because it's less wasted space in your drawer than round ones. And they have some pretty nice small square baskets. You can use those. Dollar Tree's only $1 a piece. They were talking about raising it to $1.25, so they may have by now. I haven't been in there for a few weeks, so I'm not sure. I feel like my mouth's getting dry. So you can go there, but make sure that measure the height of your drawer before you decide to purchase something. Because if you get a basket that's so tall and your drawer is this tall, then it's not going to fit. So make sure you've got a pretty good idea of how big a basket or box you can have. There's several things you can use for dividers, but the little plastic baskets, you know, it really comes in handy. Even the kind that you put like silverware in can be used for some small items. And also, if you don't want to spend the money or what they have doesn't fit your needs, you can make dividers. I've done that for a couple of my drawers. Just take some cardboard boxes, something that you can make, you can cut them down, cut them apart, and get some good strong tape and tape them together the way you want them. Take something that's nice and sharp to cut and cut them down the size you want them. And then you can cover them with wallpaper, contact paper, or something pretty. I've done that, and it looks nice in your drawer. And every time you open your drawer, it almost makes you smile because, oh, it looks so neat. The things are, you know, in the places where they go, and your drawer looks so much better than everything just tossed in. And do you ever try to find some socks all mixed with underwear and shirts and everything all mixed together, and you're digging and digging, and you know, it's just really time consuming. So if you had got some dividers, you can divide things up and organize it the way you want it. Also in your closets, another thing, you can even, I suggest you do this any way that's that you like it. Maybe put all your pants together, all your shirts together, sweatshirts together, or some people like to color coordinate things, or things that go together the same, matching things that would match skirts, pants, shirts that would go with them, just however it works best for you. Or some likes to go with the taller things, the shorter things. So, but whatever however you like it, just organize it to suit you. But it's so much easier if you know where your things are than if you're, you know, hunting and you've got pants and shirts and everything all just scrunched together, and you pull them out and they're all wrinkled. So it's so much nicer to have things organized. Let me think. Let's see. Something else I've done this last week was I went through my file cabinet. I do this every year in January. I take out the folders that's from past 7 years, because I try to save things for 7 years. I believe that's what we're supposed to do, so I do it. I seldom ever have to go back and pull something out that's that old. But anyway, I pull out my old tax papers that's, you know, past 7 years, my old bank statements, receipts, and just different things, etc., whatever, insurance papers and so forth. And that's when I get rid of them. I don't suggest that you throw them in your trash, shred them, or if you have a fireplace or wood stove, that's an idea. That's what I do with mine. I have a wood stove. We don't use it a lot, but it's there for emergency if our power goes out, and great for burning papers. So then the folders that I've taken the things out of to burn, I relabel them. At the top, I just take some masking tape and put over the tab, and I relabel it for whatever that was, the bank statement or receipts or whatever, for 2022. So then I can just reuse them. Let's see. Okay, I want to talk about now just 4 tips for keeping your home neat and tidy and organized. Number 1 is when you bring in your mail, don't lay it down. I used to do that. For some reason, I thought I had to open every envelope. Well, you don't. I finally learned that. Don't even lay it down. Stop at your trash can or your recycling bin and pitch in what you know is junk mail that you don't want. It's a pretty good idea if you look at something and it says 0% interest or some other percent interest on the outside of the envelope. You know that's going to be for a credit card or something, you know, other business things that's advertisements. You can tell. Sometimes it's not quite as easy. Sometimes they get pretty, they try to make it sound very important, so can open those just to make sure. But then open it right there by the trash can. If you find out it's junk mail, pitch it in or else in your recycling. And then if you've got a bill or a bank statement or an insurance statement, take it right to the file cabinet, or if you don't have a file cabinet, some file folders in a box or accordion file, and file them right where they go before you sit down. And if you've got a magazine, put them where your magazines go. If it's a catalog that you know you're not going to order from, it goes in the recycling or trash. You know, just deal with your mail as it comes in. Because I know one pile, if you set it down and you don't get to it that day, the next day, what happens? Another pile of mail goes on top of that one. Pretty soon you've got a great big pile. Or some people have more than one pile. So we don't want that, do we? At least I don't. I finally have pretty much overcome that. Once in a while I have a day where I don't get all my mail sorted through, but I try to get it done the next day or very, very soon, because I know how those piles go. Okay, number 2, always pick up after yourself. When you come in, you know, put your jacket or your coat or your purse where it goes. If you're done drinking something and you're going to the kitchen, or take your cup, take your dishes. You know, when you change your clothes, don't just throw them down all over the room. Just put them where they go. Put them in the dirty clothes hamper or wherever you designate them to go. Don't just throw them everywhere. Okay, here's something too. Don't go empty-handed into another room. If your house is spotless and everything's in place and you don't have anything out, okay, yeah, then I guess you can. But so many times, you know, we sit and we watch TV or we read a book. Maybe you've got some popcorn bowl or a cup or a glass where you've had something to drink. But if you're going into the kitchen, take it with you if you're done with it. If you see something else laying around that you're going by the room where it goes, just take it with you and put it in that room. Don't walk around the house with nothing in your hand and then later you have to go around and pick everything up. Just pick it up as you go and then it won't be so messy. And it saves you time and energy. You don't have to go back to clean up what you've left behind. Okay, and number 4, always have a place for everything before you bring it home. That's something that I learned the hard way. I used to live in a really large house, a big 2-story house, and I could pretty well drag home anything that and find a place for it. But that's not the case now. I've lived here for over 30 years, and it's a small house. So I've kind of learned that just not everything fits in a small house and looks right. One time I was in a thrift store, and I saw this large cabinet that really had been made for an entertainment. It was an entertainment center. It had been made for a TV to set in it. It was really, really big, and it had carving at the top. It looked like it had been expensive. I thought, oh wow, that really looks nice. I can have my husband to drill some little holes. We can put some those little shelf things to hold shelves and have some boards cut. I can have a linen cabinet, and it had 2 drawers at the bottom where I could put things in. Thought, oh, this is going to be great. So I really wanted that. So I paid for it at the store because I had to go into work. And then I had to get some people together to move it because it was big and we didn't have a truck at the time. So I got a couple relatives and my husband, my son. While I was at work, they moved it for me. They brought it home, put it in my bedroom. Oh, I was so excited to go in and see that big cabinet sitting there. And I opened the bedroom door and I thought, oh my, it was so big. And it made my room look very small. Because my bedroom is small, but that just made it look smaller. So before you bring something home, make sure you have a place for it, or measure around and think about how this is going to look. You know, in the stores, a lot of times, they don't look so big because stores are big, or at least most of them. Where this sat in the store, it was a big store, and so it looked big, but it didn't look near as big as it did when we got it in the bedroom. And then it really looked small. So really keep in mind to think about where you can put something before you bring it home and how much room it's going to take up and if it's going to even fit. Sometimes they don't even fit right if you have to cover a heat register, or it winds up being partly in front of a window. And, you know, we don't want that. So make sure that you're going to have room for whatever you bring home. Okay, I hope that if you've liked this video, that you'll click a like or the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because clicking likes and clicking subscribe really helps me. If you've already subscribed, I thank you for that. And if you can, tell your friends if you like this video and you think it's something they would like. I try to put one up every week. So I hope to see you next week. May God bless you this week. Bye-bye.